Greetings, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Maulana. I am coming to you in this presentation as a staunch, alerted, concerned Pan-Africanist who is very much so concerned as an African about what is happening in the world today. And I just felt that there's a need for those of us who are in the Pan-Africanist movement to come out and try to put in perspective what is happening with this so-called coronavirus or the COVID-19 that is wreaking havoc upon the planet Earth today, and even bringing to many societies on the brink of really extinction. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. So what am I looking at? To me, I really find it to be very, very remiss and shocking that there are no Africanist scholars that are speaking about this coronavirus and its divine, or if you will, spiritual dimensions of the coronavirus. Is there a spiritual force behind it? And if it is, then break it down and let the public know, what do you think, why the coronavirus is here? Because we have a proverb here in Africa, and it comes out of ancient Kemet. It says that, man proposes, God disposes. God's time is the best time. And so it appears right now that with all of the destruction that mankind has been doing on this earth, and the Creator knows, and everybody knows, is listening and looking at this program, know that mankind, and I'm talking about Europeans, those of Caucasian lineage, the damage that they have done to this planet Earth. I mean, it's not a hidden secret. It is so open, and the whole earth right now is on the brink of destruction, total destruction and annihilation. The air quality is polluted. The oceans are polluted. And I mean the deep oceans, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, the North Sea, plastics, fish stock are dying, being depleted. The air is no longer breathable. You can't breathe the air in many parts of the world because of what this mankind has done. And the most important factor that I feel that nobody's talking about is the human resource, because humanity, or the human resource, is the most valuable resource that we have on the planet Earth. That now is on the brink of extinction. You have now the attempt to depopulate the earth. And it's quite ironic when you look at it. It's like the very one who started the problem is the one that's going to solve the problem. It's like we used to have this old game called fire service. Meaning that fire service, for an example, is we have in the village a pyromaniac. A pyromaniac is someone that loves to start fires. And you have, let's say, Kwame. He gets up at 3:30 in the morning while everybody is asleep. And then he goes and light a village hut and starts the fire where the whole village is on fire. Then he runs down to the river with a calabash to get water. And all of a sudden he blows the trumpet, fire, fire, fire. And everybody is up and running. And then Kwame is the hero because he alerted everybody that the village is on fire, and they came together, were able enough to save the village because of Kwame. But not knowing the reality of it is, it was Kwame who started the fire in the first place. And here he's a hero coming to save everybody. It's a similar situation here with this so-called coronavirus. It's a similar situation here as I see it, with the way this mankind has brought about the destruction of God's creation, this beautiful planet Earth. And now they are turning around and saying that it's the responsibility of all of us that he or himself is not the cause of the problem, that all humanity is the cause of the problem. Can you believe that, to have the audacity out of all of the 2,000 plus years that you have brought about murder in the hundreds of millions, if not even maybe a billion people who have lost their lives because of the greed, the selfishness that you have manifested in your tracks while moving about on the earth. And now we're at the final stage of your stance on the earth, where the whole planet Earth is really at risk of being destroyed. And now you're trying to shift gears and shift the blame and put it on people of color and put it on people in developing countries who are just trying to eke out a living every day because of the evil that you have manifested upon their areas of the world through the slave trade, through colonialism, through exploitation, you name it, all of the negatives. And now with this virus, as I see it, like we say, man proposes, God disposes. Mankind may take the credit of having created a so-called virus, a killer virus. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not going to argue on that point. The point that I want to deal with is this. I think that there is a higher order. There is a higher and divinity order at play here. And I believe this is what we call coming from the creator of the universe. The creator has reached a point to say, enough is enough. Your sins and your filth that you have manifested on earth has reached the levels of heaven, and we will not have it here. And therefore, I am coming against you to remove you before you destroy my beautiful kingdom that I have created on earth. And I believe this particular coronavirus, so-called coronavirus, is just the beginning of a spiritual force that is at play. And man is not in charge of this. I believe this is a godly force, a divinity that is coming to cleanse the earth and is coming to remove that cancer, that malignant cancer that has been gobbling up everything because of its greed, that malignant cancer that has brought about the pollution of the ocean, the air, the land, and of course, human resource. And so I just wanted to say what I am concerned about. I'm really surprised that there are no African scholars speaking to the divinity factor of what's being manifested on the earth today with this so-called disease, coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, that is spreading and killing people in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. So my message to you is this, that the Pan-Africanists, the African scholars, I think you must now look into the realms of spirituality, study the antiquities of our forebears, going back to ancient Kush, ancient Kemet, ancient Canaan, and all along to know that there's nothing new under the sun. And our forebears in our antiquities have always written and said that when you do evil and your evil begin to pile up to a certain degree, you will find that there is a spiritual force in this universe that will come against you. And once it comes against you, there is nothing that can stop it until it finishes its job. And so this is what is happening now. And I say to all of my brothers and sisters who are in the diaspora that you need to look at Africa as your refuge. And I'm talking about sub-Sahara Africa, below 15 degrees latitude, located close around the equator, where viruses cannot live because of the electromagnetic field and radiation of the sun. They can't live in this area. And this is why this is one of the oldest areas, if not the oldest in the world. It's the safest area in the world. So my message is that those who are in a situation and feel you have no way out, I am telling you there is a way out. Look to Mother Africa. Try your best to get back to the source. get back to the herd where the billions of our people are located and where the land has been divinely blessed, and which is the least of the polluted areas in the world is in these areas in sub-Saharan Africa. And this is my message to you. Look at this from a spiritual perspective. What is taking place with this COVID and coronavirus, it is an act of God, and it is the Creator in charge of this. Man may say, well, man is in manipulation of this in the laboratory with his sciences, but no, the bigger picture is man is nothing. It is the Creator who's in charge of man. And what is happening, whatever man has done to do against man, the Creator now is taking this from man and bringing it against the evil of man that actually has created this to kill man. So what you're having a situation here, the earth is going through a metamorphosis now, a metamorphosis of cleansing, getting rid of the filth that has brought about all of this destruction on the earth. And at the end of it, as I see it, from a spiritual point of view, I believe that the earth is going to renew itself, the earth is going to regenerate itself, but in order to do that, it must shake off the filth before that happens. And we are now in the mode of the spiritual forces of the Creator of the universe have descended down on earth and are bringing havoc of sleeping volcanoes that have been sleeping and dormant for thousands of years, now have come awake. You understand what I'm saying? We have mega storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, all of the forces of nature are coming. And they're coming because of the misbehaving, and they're coming because of the destruction that mankind has done to earth. So my message is, look at this from the spiritual realms of the Creator of the universe is cleansing the filth off the earth. That is my message to you. And come home to your motherland for safety so that you will be a part of the herd and the renewal of the reset. The reset is not going to be reset by man. This is a divine reset, and it's going to be reset by the Creator of the universe. So be a part of the new reset of this new world order, which is not a new world order. It is a return to the old world order. The original world order is what we're going back to. So I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.